It's that time of the week when we bring you security stories across the states. Hello and welcome. The program is Crime Watch on Television Continental, and I'm Ivy Kano, your host. The next 25 minutes or thereabouts will see us crossing Abuja, Kaduna, Ondo, Osun, Ogun State, and Lagos, not forgetting our usual Vox Pop segment. We'll start off in the Federal Capital Territory. December the 27th is a day Elizabeth Obama will not forget in a hurry. She says the police in Pivoyi on the outskirts of Abuja killed her husband on that day and claimed he was an armed robber. Sifon Essien has more in this report.
Elizabeth Obama holds up a wedding picture in grief. She is mourning the death of her husband, whom she says was killed by the police in Piwoyi, a suburb in Abuja, where they resided. The incident happened on December 27th, a day the small business woman would not forget in a hurry.
Towards evening, I now make akpu. This is
evening of that 27th.
Evening of that 27th.
Last month.
Yes, and I make akpu. He now said I should make akpu for him. When I make the akpu exactly 8 o'clock, I now called him. Won't you eat the food? He said we are doing prayer. We have 1 week prayer. We don't wake up 12 o'clock midnight and pray. He said if you should eat that akpu by that 8 o'clock, that you will be feeling dizzy. That let it go out. By 8 o'clock, he will come back. And I said, okay.
But Nosa Obama did not come back as he said. This prompted Elizabeth to go searching for him.
10:30, 11, I said, no, I won't stay again. I rushed out. I was asking, did you people see my husband? Anybody I asked, they said no, they didn't see him. I came back again. I can't stay. When it is 11:30, I rush out again. When I was going up, I saw a man. I didn't know him.
11:30.
Yes. I called him. I said, brother, please, do you know my husband? I'm looking for my husband. He said, your husband, where police just shoot now. I said, my husband, police shoot my husband. For what reason? He said, police came to arrest people. So when he saw police, he was running. That police shoot him.
Startled by the piece of information, Elizabeth sought to find out if her husband was still alive. The search took her to a hospital mortuary.
When we got to the mortuary, the hospital, federal staff hospital in Jabi. So as soon as we got there, we enter. We saw the security man. The security man was just looking at me as if he knows me. He said police people, about 8 of them, brought a young dead man to this place. 15 minutes after 10, they brought him to the hospital. And they said he's an armed robber. So they killed him and they bring him to the place. So they now directed the police people to the mortuary. They now called the mortuary attendants to come out. When the mortuary attendant come out, he now asked them, how can you people bring a dead body without the relation? They say it's an armed robber. Armed robber, they say yes. By what time do you people kill this man? They say 8 o'clock. At where? They say Piwoyi. Did you people saw any gun or maybe razor blade or anything weapon? They say no. The mortuary attendant now said, go back with the dead body.
It's unclear if Nosa was shot or beaten to death. But one thing is certain, he died outside his home.
This is the location where Nosa apparently met his death. That's according to eyewitness account. And there are several accounts as to how it actually happened. But Mercy Abi here runs this beer parlor and would like to give our own version of the story. Thank you very much, Mercy. Tell us what happened.
Nosa Obama, na people where they make us happy. You no get problem for these words. they making us, they enjoying them. They enjoy how it's true because the person in the world, so we no get problem.
So he was here on that day.
But what's happened here on that day that say also is here. Sit down here, play with us. You not taking anything, you not buy anything, but they play with us. When I there inside to serve people, serve to my customer, I come here, my window it's in a knock. As I went outside, I see police people outside. As I see police people outside, I see them to arrest my customer, arrest my neighbor customer. I see them plenty. Before I know, I come and see also. I come and see police, they carry healers come and park here. I said, they carry healers come and park here. I don't know, say I inside, but I see person lie down inside the vehicle.
Sylvester John was one of those arrested by the police on that day, but was later let off the hook after he paid 22,000 naira to secure his bail.
When you say this guy don't die, now from the time when you enter inside the truck, yes, so they put you, now you see guy. Have you even been see the yes. Body or something?
I see him as I climb motor, sheep now. You know, I say, Kai, this guy, he don't die. Now only one bottle, ma, I come and collect it for here. Only one. I never finish it. Come and attack me. I say, till I finish this drink, I see one hit come for my head. I say no, they attack me. I carry bottle. They are attacking me. I not go leave my. Beat me.
The wife of the deceased is seeking justice. She says her husband's life is worth more than the money and the bag of rice the police offered her to put the matter on the wraps.
They brought a bag of rice. That bag of rice is there. And some cash. I don't know the amount because it's inside envelope, white envelope. They said I should take. So I told them that my husband that they waste is more than this rice.
She has engaged this lawyer in pursuit of justice. On this day, the lawyer engaged a Lugbe divisional police officer in a telephone conversation.
Is it DPO, this Barrister David? Sir, DPO Lugbe? Yes, I said you're coming back yesterday, but you could not. Yes, I did. I called you, sir, but you didn't pick. Okay, you talk about settlement of my client. What did you say about it? I don't know. Sir?
I told the client, I told him we had 200,000 naira for them.
200,000 naira?
I told him.
Okay.
Then I told him, I said we are able to raise 200,000 naira our spot.
While the divisional police station in Lugbe is seeking to kill the case, the police command has taken up the matter and an inquest has begun to determine the cause of Nosa's death.
Osun State correspondent Ibrahim Alege tells us that a herdsmen farmer committee has been set up in the state to guard against any form of clash between herdsmen and farmers. Osun State Commissioner of Police Olafimoyin Adeoye disclosed this after holding meetings with representatives of herdsmen and farmers in the state.
The meeting, which was called at the instance of the Osun State Police Command, was attended by farmers, herdsmen and police leadership in the state. It became imperative because of reported clashes between herdsmen and farmers over grazing on farmlands and the attendant loss of lives and property in some parts of the country. Osun State may be enjoying relative peace, but the Commissioner of Police, Olafimoyin Adeoye, says prevention is better than cure, especially on farmers-herdsmen relationship.
Yes, we have also encouraged them to have their own committees because so that there can always be an avenue of talking to each other. Because if they don't talk to each other, you know, there's the possibility of the conflict, no matter how minute the conflict might appear at the first instance, there's a possibility of the conflicts growing to a level that they will not be able to manage. So that is what we have encouraged them to do. Form a committee comprising the herdsmen and the farmers at their local levels so that they can constantly talk to each other and possibly resolve whatever conflict that could arise.
At the end of the meeting, the two parties shared their views.
There won't be any problem. The reason why is that the governor himself, he asks us to be asking people that he asks us to be going around that any stranger that coming to Osun, we should know their destination. So that after knowing their destination, if anything happen there, then we give them our numbers. Now they should be calling us. They should call our leaders, and each local government we elected two people, so that whenever something happen there, whenever they call, so that people will call them there. So they should take care of what is happening there. So there should not be any problem. So when people, these farmers, manchesting animals, rearers, beating farmers, so that is not the issue. So this kind of meeting that we did today, so this is the type of meeting that we need.
We are very, very happy. And then we pray to our God. We don't want violence in Osun State, in Nigeria, in all over the world. We don't want violence.
In our related developments, traditional rulers and community leaders in the state have pledged their support for the State Police Command in its bid to rid the state of crimes and criminalities. Traditional rulers and community leaders at a meeting shared the view of the Commissioner of Police that community policing and personal security are constant in the protection of lives and property.
We invited all the community leaders, the KBCs, and the tribal leaders in the state to enable us the opportunity to let them know what the current situation, what the current security situation is in Nigeria, and those things that are expected of them as a way of enhancing safety of life and property in the state. They have assured us of better collaboration, and the meeting has also enabled us to see that the members of the public are reposing better trust in the police and other security agencies.
In this meeting, we let the people have awareness of the need to be security conscious, and it will also let them know that the security of the state, of the community, does not rest only on the police. It needs the collaboration of all the citizens and all the nooks and crannies of the community. So, and this meeting is very important, and you see all those who are here, in fact, they gave credit to having this meeting on a regular basis.
Good move there, if you ask me. Now it is mandatory for commercial motorcyclists, popularly called Okada riders in Ondo State, to wear reflective jackets before they can operate in Akure, the state capital. This directive was issued after a meeting between the state police command and government officials following upsurge in criminal activities perpetrated by motorcyclists. Ayodeji Muradeyo has more.
In the last few weeks, many crimes have been committed in Akure, Ondo State capital, through the use of motorcycles. Crimes ranging from murder, kidnapping, and robbery have been on the increase. Worried by this dangerous trend, officials of the state government and the police command met on how to curb the menace. At the joint press briefing in Akure, the State Commissioner of Police, Hilda Ebifurarinsi, and the State Commissioner for Information, Kayode Akimade, issued a 5-day ultimatum to commercial motorcyclists operating in the state to always wear reflective jackets. This step, they say, was taken to curb the upsurge in criminal activities.
Government has immediately given a 1-week grace to operators of commercial motorcycles in Ondo State to ensure the genuine members of such association register their motorcycles, and the great identification mark which tallies with the registration number of such vehicles, which is a security vest to be worn by all riders of commercial motorcycles, should also be obtained by all motorcyclists in Ondo State. This is to enable us identify the genuine motorcycle riders from the hoodlums and those who are perpetrating evil in the society.
The police boss also announced the arrest of 2 suspected arsonists in the state and gave the latest information about the attempted abduction of a monarch and his wife in the Koya area of the state.
In the last few weeks, we suddenly noticed cases of arson. Persons were getting into schools, burning schools, the Okejebu area of Akure, some shops and even attempts at burning the markets was noticed. And the security agencies immediately swam into action, getting intelligence and information from well-meaning citizens and the good people of Ondo State. As I speak to you, we have 2 persons in custody. At about 11:30 hours at the Koya area of Okitipupa, the wife of the Kabiyesi of that area was kidnapped by about 10 persons who stormed the palace and kidnapped the mother of that community. The police immediately rose up to the challenge.
The State Police Command says it will continue to map out strategies that will assist the force in combating crimes in the state.
Eight persons, including staff and students of the Nigerian Turkish International College Isheri, were abducted by suspected kidnappers on Friday, January the 13th. The authorities of the school claimed those kidnapped were 3 regular students, 2 external students who registered for joint matriculation examination, and 3 staff of the college, including a foreigner. TVC News correspondent Kazim Olowe was there with the deputy governor.
We don't need to talk so much, just go behind and you'll see it.
A lot of complaints from parents has gone to them several times on this security issue, and they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
You know, all they're interested is to collect the school fees and so on and so on.
Tempers flare as parents insisted that the school should be shut until all the 8 persons abducted regain their freedom. They claimed that most of their children have been traumatized and that their security is not guaranteed.
We're just hearing, we have not seen. If the security is actually been taken in place and we can see that, then we'll return them after 1 week.
We are taking our children away. We've agreed amongst ourselves for a week. Now, for my own daughter, she saw them, she witnessed everything that happened. Our best friend was taken away. She's been crying. She's not herself. You don't expect me to leave her behind. Behind to do what? Psychologically, they are traumatized. And most of these kids, they had interface with these men.
Got it. After 1 week, if everything is
after 1 week, we'll come back. We are expecting that the bush behind should be cut down. Then maybe they put more security measures behind, because they actually came in from behind.
Despite the heavy security presence deployed to the area, some of the students have packed their bags ready to leave the school premises with their parents who came to check on them. But the management of the school is working on how to restore normalcy. During our on-the-spot assessment of the situation, Ogun State Deputy Governor, who was accompanied by the Commissioner of Police and the Director of the Department of State Services, assured the parents that the matter has been reported to the presidency and that those abducted will be rescued on earth.
We will do all that is possible to ensure safe return of these children as soon as possible. I want to assure you that the federal government is very much aware of this, and we have just communicated with them in Abuja when we went down to see where those people took in. And they have assured us that very, very soon they will rescue these children. I want our parents to be assured and to be calm and keep praying that the Lord Almighty will bring their children back to them safely.
Already we have given them assurance that we have massive operation of security operatives here from all the agencies, and we are working on it. We are assuring the safety and security of the return of and rescue of these children.
Although closed-circuit television monitors were installed at strategic points in the college, the school is surrounded by bush and the area is swampy.
Now I'm back here in Lagos. Police holds its 45th one-week reorientation course for police officers at the police training school.
When I got here on duty as CP Lagos State, on a weekly basis we compile names of people that have run foul of our disciplinary codes, and we try them on the room. They will award them punishment. But I just thought that beyond punishment, it's not just about punishing, that we should also give those offenders the opportunity of telling us what actually made them to do that. And there are things that we, as senior people, are also not doing. So it was a result of that that I started this orientation program, so that we let you know what are those ethics of the force. What should you be doing so that you won't be running foul of the police regulations? And that in the process to hear from you some of the things you might have been going through that probably made you to be running foul of the acts and regulations. When the first batch was trained, my interaction with them made me to also decide that we should extend it beyond those people that committed offenses. I know that our strength is large in Lagos, and I know what it takes to bring in people to come and doing courses. But I think since we don't do all those refresher courses and everything again, that occasionally we should be able to leave our stations to come and sit down in a classroom environment like this and let us update you. We normally have briefing with your DPOs and area commanders, but we don't know how much of it they disseminate back to you when they get back to the office. So we feel that sitting down like this, we can keep you abreast of developments in policing globally. We can keep you abreast of latest force orders, remind you of the old ones, let you know what are the current IG's instructions, so that you will not run foul of the police ethics.
So far we've trained over 2,000 men. This is the 45th batch of the course, and it's a weekly reorientation course. The course was initiated by the Commissioner of Police, Lagos State, CP Fatai Osheni. The objective is just to inculcate in course participants the values of honesty and integrity, which we are pursuing so rigorously in this training school. We draw our resource persons largely from the police. Yeah, senior officers, like the Commander RS comes here to lecture regularly. Like once in a while, you have the DC from the command coming, and then we have other senior officers coming, apart from our own internal resource persons.
What we've learned basically is the fact that we need to synergize with the public and have a good rapport with them, and then we must behave well. And then one of the paramount thing is what I learned, which is called ethics in policing. And so that gives us the moral discipline on how to treat fellow men, and we should be very humane when we are treating members of the public.
Still in Lagos, the Lagos State Security Trust Fund trains Rapid Response Squad officers on Heliborn Technical Observers course. Crime Watch was there at the presentation of certificates.
We have been concerned about, what exactly do these guys do up there? We get reports from you on a weekly basis, which is highly commendable. But what we just see is just the fact that you went through around the state on a flight without any, report about what you saw or how you're able to navigate the whole area. So when this proposal came, I conferred with the top hierarchy, and they felt they also needed such training program. And I recall that the proposal was for 20 men, but the board of the Security Trust Fund felt that we should start at least with 10 men and see the outcome and see whether we need to also escalate it to other officers of the Rapid Response Squad.
You can never get it wrong with training. Those of you that have this opportunity of undertaking the training you have undertook, you should consider yourself lucky that you are given the opportunity. Because that is to say that you can talk boldly and proudly among your colleagues. You can even lie to them that you are now a pilot, that you can fly surveillance helicopter, because the certificate you have been issued, I'm sure by the time you take it out, some people won't know that they said the surveillance, whatever, they ask you to come out. They will say they have trained you as pilots. And you can go and sit down inside the plane and post, man. You now send it on WhatsApp picture. You will say, now you can fly the plane. But the advice that I will give you is that let the investment of the people of Lagos reflect in you. Investment of the people, the good people of Lagos, in the sense that multitude of people that live in this Lagos strive to contribute their widow's mite. There are some people that, even children, school children, that send as little as 10 naira out of their pocket money to the Security Trust Fund in order to support and assist our operations.
Just before we wrap up, if you remember, I told you there's nowhere in the world where crime has been totally eradicated, and for that reason, we must help security agencies with useful information. Let's do this again, same time, same station. Till then, please send your comments to Crime Watch at tvcnews.tv. I'm Ivy Kano.